Marva, Farrington, YNC, USN. And my father was in the Navy during World War II and the Korean War. Clifford Arthur Farrington, and he joined as soon as he was age eligible for World War II. I interviewed him for a paper that I wrote in college about his World War II experience, and it was called A Boy to Manhood, is what I titled it. And he found out about Pearl Harbor as he approached church. We lived in, well, not we, I wasn't even a twinkle yet, but as he approached his church service and found out about the bombing of Pearl Harbor. So, and he wanted to go right away, but he had to wait till he was age appropriate, and he joined the Navy, as well as his older brother joined the Navy. His younger brother joined the Air Force in the 50s. So, but he was went to boot camp in Idaho, Farragut. That's where he went to boot camp, and then he was stationed on board the Ajax, and I believe for the entire time. I'm not positive, but that's the one ship he talked about the most during my interview. What was interesting, though, is that I was in Washington State interviewing him on the phone while he was in Montana. And my mother listened in on the other line, and he knew my mother was listening in. And afterwards, she told me, I didn't know half the things he was talking about. He had never expressed anything. But a couple of things that he talked about was when they were on deck. He was a boatswain's mate, and they were on deck, and the kamikazes would come across, and they could actually see the pilots as they were going across them. The Ajax was a repair ship. They were called Nimitz secret weapon, because they would go out to where the ships were damaged and repair them so that they could then get right back into the war. But one time while he was, during his stint on the Ajax, he got dysentery and almost died. So, and it was because a cook did not follow protocol and was using the wrong water. So, but obviously he came through it and whatnot. So, but that was, those were the two instances he really talked about. The first time I approached him, I was right out of high school, and although he's very pro-Navy, he did not want his daughter to go into the Navy at the tender age of 18. So he said, wait a few years, and then maybe he would give his approval, although I didn't need his approval. But he just thought I needed to get a little bit more worldly before joining the Navy. Once I did join at the age of 35, I joined the Navy Reserves, and he was very happy about that. And I could understand, once I was in, I could understand his concerns. So, because the Navy back in '69 was totally different than when I joined in '84.